Hi, everyone, and welcome to your Focus Friday 5. My name is Rachel, and I'm here this week to talk about energy efficiency things that you can bring to your home that will cut down on your energy use and hopefully save on your power bill. In the spirit of Focus Friday 5, high five, we made it to Friday. Now, over the past couple weeks, we've talked about a variety of different energy saving initiatives, such as advanced power strips, water saving technologies, and smart thermostats, all of which are available through Focus on Energy. And this week, we're going to be talking about a technology that you can bring to your home that will reduce your lighting use by about 80%, according to the Department of Energy. And that is LED lighting. Now, you're probably familiar with LED lighting, seeing it in the grocery store or in the hardware store, but there are probably some facts about it that you might not know. So in the spirit of that, this week, we're going to be talking about 5 surprising facts about LED lighting that you might not know. Now, if you have any questions along the way, please feel free to put those in the comments section and I'll answer them at the end of the video. So getting right to it, number 1 is that LEDs are the most efficient form of lighting available. That means that they're able to take electricity and very effectively turn it into visible light, which seems obvious. But with traditional incandescent bulbs, they actually lose about 90% of the energy that they use as heat. That's why when you touch them after they've been on for a while, they're very hot. Now, conversely, with LEDs, they're about 6 to 7 times more efficient than these incandescent bulbs, which is why they can reduce light-related energy use by about 80%. To demonstrate this, I have an LED that I've had on for about an hour now. So it's had time to run for a bit. And what I'm able to do is just comfortably rest my hand on the bulb. It's not really that much warmer than the temperature around me, but pretty comfortable. And I would not try that with an incandescent bulb because they get really hot, as I've said, and that could be dangerous. But that just goes to show kind of the difference between the two light bulb types. Number 2 is that according to the Energy Star designation, the average lifespan of an LED is between 30,000 to 50,000 hours. What does this look like in real world terms, though? How I like to think about it is if you put a new LED bulb in a newborn's room, on the conservative side of that, so the 30,000 hours side, that's about 14 years, or about until that newborn enters high school. But with LEDs becoming a lot more advanced nowadays, on that 50,000 hour mark, that's about 20 years of regular use. So well into college age for that child, which is just kind of an interesting way of thinking about it. Number 3 is that LEDs have a really wide variety of real world applications. Anything from traffic lights to automobiles to televisions and other electronics. I have here this desk lamp that's an LED desk lamp. And all of these applications are possible because of a couple different factors relating to LEDs. One is that they're very durable. I have kind of your standard normal light bulb here that's an LED, and because it's made mostly of plastic, if I accidentally drop it, whoops, it's able to, it withstands it. It's really durable. Now with an incandescent made mostly of glass or a CFL that contains mercury, they aren't as durable. So LEDs really have an edge there. They're also able to be configured in a variety of different sizes. So again, you have your kind of normal light bulb shape, but you can go as small as this desk lamp here and even smaller, all the way up to floodlights and stage lights. So a lot of different sizes available there. And if you're looking for a couple different LEDs, depending on the use in your home, we have this really helpful online marketplace as a part of Focus on Energy, which will be linked in the comments to the side. Number 4 is that when choosing an LED, the best thing to look at is not its wattage, but rather its brightness or its luminosity. Now, traditionally, with incandescent bulbs, the higher the wattage, the more the light. So energy and the amount of light were kind of directly correlated there. But because LEDs are a lot more efficient, you can choose kind of how bright you want your light for a fraction of that energy use. So to do that, we look on every Energy Star approved LED lighting box. There will be a measure of its brightness, which is here in this kind of white box area. So for this 100 watt equivalent LED, we have about 1600 lumens. So very bright. This is a pretty bright bulb. If you want your normal kind of 65-watt light bulb, that's about 800 to 1,000 lumens. So there's definitely a lot of options there. I also want to show you this lighting facts area of the box. It's kind of like with a nutrition label on a food item, but it shows a couple different factors about your light bulb. So we have, again, the brightness. We have the estimated yearly energy cost. And for this 100-watt equivalent bulb, it's about $1.93 a year. So not only energy savings, but definitely dollar savings as well. We have the lifespan, which we've talked about. This one's about 14 years. And then we have light appearance, which we're going to talk about. So that's just a note on kind of how to read this box. And then for number 5, LEDs have a variety of color temperatures. Now, what do I mean by color temperature? Well, basically, it's a measure of how blue or how red a light appears. The higher the color temperature, the more blue it appears, and the lower the color temperature, the more red it appears. This is kind of the same as with stars and with fire. Now, to demonstrate this, I do have with me here this light box. And as you'll see, I have 3 different light bulbs in here. Now, over here, we have a traditional incandescent bulb. And you can see the light that it produces is pretty red, so it has a very low color temperature. Then if we go over here to this far side, we see that this again kind of has a more orangey yellow color temperature. So again, a very low color temperature. But because it's an LED, it's a lot brighter. Then in the middle here, you can see that the light produced by this LED, the daylight bulb, is pretty blue. So this has a very high color temperature. And then depending on the use that you see for these lights in your home, these can kind of fit in different areas. For example, this lower temperature light over here is really good for a living room or a bedroom or anywhere where you want that more cozy ambient lighting. Then this middle one here, the daylight option, is really good for places where you really need to see what you're doing. So definitely a workshop or a kitchen, kind of those types of areas as well. Now, another interesting fact that relates to color temperature is that especially that middle, more blue LED bulb have a very high color rendering index. And that basically means that they're able to show color more true to form, as if an object were outside at noon on a very sunny day. So it shows things more true to color, as they say. And this is useful in a couple different applications. So we see it a lot in makeup mirror lighting. So anywhere where you need to kind of see what you're doing there, as well as in the grocery store, where they can use it in produce sections to really highlight the colors of fruits and vegetables, make them more vivid, and therefore more appealing to customers. So just an interesting bit about that as well. And that brings me to the end of my 5 facts. I'll now look in the comments and see if anything has come in. Well, one of the questions that we typically get is whether LEDs are they available for a dimmer? Or can you use them with a dimmer switch? And the answer to that is yes, but you do have to look at the packaging. So most LEDs will indicate on the box whether or not they're dimmable. This one I don't believe is dimmable. It doesn't say so. So just make sure you're paying attention to that box, and then also make sure that the dimmer itself is LED compatible, which will again be indicated on the packaging. Another question we see is, are LEDs available, or can LEDs be used outside? And the answer to that is also yes. They can be used outside, but again, definitely check the packaging to see whether or not that would be, whether it's approved for that. It will indicate it on the box. Usually they reference this in IP ratings. So if it has an IP rating of about IP65, then it's typically suitable to use outside if it rains with water. Ooh, and we do have another question come in. So what about 3-way bulbs? Can I get a 3-way bulb in LED? And the answer to that is yes. Yep, 3-way bulbs are available in LED configurations. We do, and you can also choose what color temperature you like as well. So they're available in that more daylight option, as well as that softer, more warm white option as well. And then, yeah, so using LED bulbs outside, yeah, definitely. Just make sure that it has the indication on the box, that IP rating of IP65 or higher, and good to go. let's see, another one. Let's see. Oh, what is the best for reading a reading light or a desk lamp? It depends again on your ambiance, but for seeing things and especially for reading lights, I think that daylight option is really good because again, it's kind of the brightest. It shows things more vividly, so it's really good for reading. I think my desk light here, this is more of the daylight option color. It's hard to see, but yeah, so it's more in that daylight range. And I think that's all the questions we've had come in, but if you have any more questions about LEDs, please visit our Focus on Energy website at focusonenergy.com. There you can learn about some of these technologies, as well as sign up for your free energy efficiency pack, which features a variety of different LED options, as well as visit our online marketplace, as I mentioned before, which has a couple different which has a lot of different LED options depending on your needs around your home. Thank you, everybody. Have a great week.